Good afternoon, everyone. First, I'd like to thank everyone who stayed uh, for whatever reason. I really appreciate you staying uh, for the last person. I know everyone is excited to go out and explore the beautiful Thailand, especially those like me who don't come very often. Anyway, so I'd like to share with you this very interesting topic about how SME developers compete with the giants. I just saw here that these are all giant developers. And may I ask who among us here are SME developers or startup developers? How many among us here are in real estate selling or agents? So, how many of us here would like to start our own development? I think this is also the dream of a lot of developers. Plus, we are also, the reason why I'd like to share this with you is because we are also a startup developer. We've started developing last year, although our company has been into advisory and consultancy for 8 years already. There are two kinds of startup developers. One who has a lot of money, a lot of capital, and those have to be creative to source funds. The title here, How Can SME Developers Compete with the Giants, may be quite ambitious because as a small developer, this should not be a strategy because really very difficult to compete with the giants. But what we can do is actually learn from the giants first because they are actually paving the way for us. We learn from the giants, we collaborate with the giants, and ride with the giants. And that is what we can use as SME or startup developers. There are a lot of challenges faced by the small startup developers. This is what I'll be sharing with you actually are real stories of what we have encountered based also on what we have studied with the other developers. One, limited financial resources. Agree? The big developers have a lot of money. They have a lot of funds already because they have accumulated this throughout the years. While us, we have limited financial resources. Number two, we have very limited brand recognition. These developers have been here for quite some time and everybody knows them. Everybody knows them. They have a lot of budget, they have a lot of funds for advertising. That's why everybody knows them. But as a new developer, you have to build your name. A big challenge. Access to land properties. The giant developers have hundreds, if not thousands of hectares to play with. While the small ones, what can we afford? Where can we play? Where is the market? What kind of niche can I target? Next is economies of scale. If you do things in big scales, then you have your lower cost of the materials, especially construction. But if you're just a small player, you have to buy things in retail and bigger markups, very expensive. Another thing is regulatory and compliance challenges. As a new player, sometimes personal experience, we got bullied also because with these regulations. Unlike if you're a big developer, you can command. Nobody can bully you, especially if you're a well-known developer. So these are things that if you're planning to be a developer, these are things that may be facing. So what can we do? What can we do? First, if you are a startup developer, think of who will be your niche market. Don't even try to attempt to target the entire market. Just like what Seth Godin one of the marketing gurus said, go on the edges. Find your niche. How many people do you need to buy your projects, your products? So what we did, personally, we studied, especially after the pandemic. As I've mentioned, we started our first project last February last year. What does the market want? What are the new preferences? Okay, because of the pandemic, people getting too close to each other, there were preferences in suburbs. There were preferences in landed areas. That has been experienced also in the US. I don't know, in Thailand. People have also noticed the suburbs where you have land, a lot of space, resorts, mountains, beaches. I call it the highlands and the islands. They want growth areas. They want outside the city, outside the crowd, especially because technology was there already. What drives people, what drives real estate now is technology, infrastructure, and logistics. Because you can work, you can be productive wherever you are right now. Open spaces, a lot of open spaces. What do we call this before? Distance, the safety distance, right? And then, I'm sure you also realize, I'm sure it's also same here in Thailand or in other countries, the pets are now part of the decision making. Sometimes if pets are not allowed, they won't push through. Access to outdoor recreation. After the pandemic, people have now been very conscious about their health. Exercise, fresh air, a lot of sunlight, natural air, natural sunlight. Close to essentials. When we had the lockdown, we had to move, we had to have access to everything within a 15-minute walk. In New York, in Paris, they had this 15-minute cities. And it's now being a model. Everybody envies Singapore because everything is just a train ride or a walkway with a very efficient transport system. Minimal enclosed areas, lobbies, elevator lobbies, hallways, gyms. You see, there were a lot of condominiums, very nice amenities, but what you can just do is look out and look at the swimming pool because you cannot go there. You look at the gyms because you cannot go there. So private amenities. This is appreciated. So, plus another thing is, of course, since this is real estate, last one is, can it make money for me? Can it produce positive cash flow? That is what people were looking for. So I said, these were the findings. So what can we do? We didn't have that much funds. What we had was our local expertise. What we had is our experience. What we had is our network. Our company is composed of former executives of the biggest developers in the Philippines. We have different, we call it complementary skills. My experience for 34 years is in real estate sales. My other partner is in business development, construction. My other partner is in marketing. My other partner is in commercial operations. We have other two partners who are in legal. So, we see things when we do the study, different perspectives. And this is how we conceptualize the projects. Local expertise is very important. Another thing is that if you are a small developer, you can do personalized service to your clients, which you can never, the big developers can never do if they have hundreds or thousands of clients. In our case, if we have a client, there's a problem, we call them, we meet with them. And then they point out what they want. Oh, this may be a nice suggestion. Then we change. If it's reasonable, if it's practical, we change. We listen to them. They appreciate it. Buyers appreciate it if you listen to them and they know that they're speaking to the owners and not just the staff. So there, when they do the inspection, to personalized service. Very important. Unique design. The thing is that for most big developers, it is just a cookie cutter design, especially if they do mass projects. Unique design is very attractive to a niche market. May not please everyone, may not be affordable to everyone, but there is always a market if you know how to target. So what did we do? We did unique designs. You see, in Manila now, before the one bedroom was 36 square meters, it became 32. It became 27. Now 22 square meters. Studio or one bedroom. So what we did is to do a one bedroom, which is 110 square meters. 7.3 meters high. 7.3 meters high, one bedroom. Townhouse. We call it a resort-style residential townhouse. And each unit we provided with a private amenity, which is a plunge pool. If we're talking to a couple, we call it a romantic. If we're talking to a couple with kids, we call it a fun pool. So it depends on how they visualize. Why did we do this? You see, just to give you an idea about the Philippines, we have a population of about 117,000. GDP is about 3,000, per capita is 3,875. We're reaching about upper middle income status by next year. Median age is 25 years old. Very young. And a lot of people are moving into that workforce. 42 million of our population is between 20 to 40 years old. Very young. And these are the most mobile population which loves to go out with friends, to go out on dates, or young families with toddlers seeking to go on staycations or going out on weekends. That is our market. Now, where did we put it? Another thing that you should put. Where are the people? Where are the people going? Where are the people who have money are staying? So we chose a location. The location, as mentioned earlier, in terms of if you're targeting tourism, what we targeted was that the area which has already a matured tourist market. Because of our size, if you are a small developer, you are not yet a value creator. You ride on the value of the area. If you're a giant developer, you can go out in a farm and create value there. But what we did, already a matured market, we just rode there. Our location, Tagaytay, is the #1 destination in the entire Philippines when it comes to domestic market. It is located in the region which has the highest GDP, regional GDP in the country. Highest population growth, especially between 19 to 45 years old. But that is a very specific market. They have money, they're there, they're young, they want to move around. This is where we will put it. Very specific. So, we did this in 1 year. What we did, because we cannot afford to have projects which is 5 years to construct and collect minimal amounts every month. We targeted the market who has the money. Just a few, because we need cash flow. We need cash flow. We don't have the funds of billionaires. So, what we did is we did something that can be enjoyed in 1 year, for 1 year. So, this is a result of the study earlier, like a nice, very eco-friendly, a lot of fresh air, cool breeze, very minimal reliance on energy, fantastic view, unobstructed view, You only need energy to charge your phone and your refrigerator. All the rest is natural light and natural breeze. Anywhere you are in the house, you can enjoy this one. One bedroom, 110 square meters with 2 parking slots. For the price. Later. So also the unique design, because of the pandemic, when everybody got locked, when we had the COVID, what we did with the rooms, we did not put partitions open so that you enjoy the light, enjoy the breeze, but you are still separated. Next is, since you are small, you give quality over quantity. The buyers appreciate this. Buyers appreciate this. And you can afford to take a look and inspect every unit during each stage of the construction meticulously. In the course of the 1 year that we're constructing this, we encountered 3 price increases in construction costs. So, the option was, do we cut corners? Do we save? What we did, since we saw the names of the people who bought from us, these are some of the most influential people in the country, said no. Instead of downgrading, we upgraded all the features. And they appreciated this. Like, for example, this was supposed to be only ceramic tiles. Ceramic tiles and ordinary faucets. We had branded bathroom fixtures like Kohler, and then we changed everything. Instead of ceramic, we made it granite. We made it porcelain. And they appreciated that. Once you make your high-end clients happy, they are going to be your advertisers. They are the ones who referred the next batch of projects, the next batch of clients to us. This project, another thing, cost efficiency. Since we didn't have money, we didn't have that much funds, we had to do everything, we had to scrimp on everything and make everything simple. We don't have in-house people. We don't have in-house sellers. We had a simple office. All the activities were very simple at the beginning. Started off with a very simple groundbreaking. But after this groundbreaking, 20 days, everything was sold out. And in cash. Or 1 year to pay. That solved the problem. The problem was we didn't have enough funds. Solution was manage cash flow. Generate cash flow. Because you've targeted the right market. So, since another thing is that if you do not have the brand, which is a challenge, you get the proponents, you get contractors which are known. You get the designers. We got one of the top 3 designers or architects in the country. So we got the branded designer, who's the same architect that is being used by the biggest developer in the country. We got one of the most expensive interior designers in the country. They have brands. We don't have brands. So the buyers do not know us, but the buyers know them. This is what I was trying to tell you, that you don't have to compete with the big giant developers. Use them. Learn from them. Ride with them. Another thing is we try to make our operations asset light. So after this one, we ventured into joint ventures. Instead of acquiring lots, just go for joint ventures. And what happened was, after we delivered the projects, the unit owners who bought from us were the ones who offered us, oh, I have a property here, I have a property there. Can we do a joint venture? That was a very good feeling of trust. That was a very good feeling of confidence. So when they visited, they like it. Oh, we have a property. can you do this in our beach house? In our beach property? Can you do this in our mountain property? That was more than the money that we earned, the confidence, the trust. So another thing is that you know that marketing is very costly. Because of the budget, we didn't have in-house. We didn't have to print brochures, the expensive brochures. What we did, we maximized the network, we maximized the online marketing, we did everything digital. Instead of having brochures, we did the digital flip books. When you do the digital flip books, you just send them the link. It sounds like a brochure. When they turn the pages, it feels like the brochure. We'd also do this thing wherein from the USBs to the golf bags to the umbrellas, so that we are highly visible, especially in our target market. Not everybody has it, but everybody who matters should see it. However, the quality of your digital marketing collaterals or materials should also be very good. You already saved on the marketing collaterals, the print collaterals, but make sure that your digital collaterals of high quality. So we also get the professionals to do special the video. Okay. We don't like so in short what we did not follow what was ordinary. We do not want ordinary. We want some projects that are unique because this is what catches the attention of the clients. We don't like ordinary. We hate ordinary. That's why in the office, instead of having a mission, vision statement there where nobody remembers anyway, when you come to our office, this is what our clients see. F ordinary. So that's a strong message that we give to our clients. We do not give them ordinary projects. From the concept to the pricing. We love unique because we want to build a better world. Transparency is very important. What we do is that we provide our clients also with a flipbook link which they can open anytime and insert in those pages the construction status every 2 weeks. So if you do that, they don't even have to call you or the agents. Oh, what's happening in the project? They just click the link and they see the latest progress. And they feel confident. And they feel good. They feel happy. And they forward it. They don't even have to call you and refer the client to you. They just forward it to their friends. This is what's happening to our project. Innovative financing. Innovative financing can work two ways. If you can afford, just like what most developers are doing, they're doing super stretch payment terms. 20% payable in 6 years, 7 years. We cannot afford that. So what we did, 100% payable in 1 year. Because we have a targeted market. We have declined so many clients because they want 30 months, 36 months. So we had to sacrifice because is this the market that we want? And it worked for us. We have a defined, that's why the neighborhood is fantastic. As they say in real estate, don't buy the house, you buy the neighborhood, right? So that's technology adoption. This has been very useful to us, especially when you want to minimize your cost. Just mentioned earlier, we had our drone virtual tours of the entire mountainside, of the entire area, and we have walkthroughs. The walkthroughs are used by our agents so that they can navigate inside the unit, especially during the time when this was still under construction. But now we have units to show, so they can easily go there. Now, also, since we want to keep the budget low, instead of hosting seminars and feed the agents with coffee and refreshments, we just do Zoom. It's the most economical, and you reach out to a bigger audience. So you save on coffee and sandwiches and everything. Just do Zoom. Yeah, just the internet. Now, so just to summarize, niche markets, use your local expertise, personalized service, quality over quantity. I cannot emphasize this more, the unique design and features. Cost efficiency, joint ventures, effective marketing and branding, transparency, innovative financing. You can only do this if you know your market, if you know your target market, and focus on that target market. So, recommendations. Number one, don't be embarrassed that you are a small developer. You embrace your size as it is an advantage because you can move, you can shift markets, you can scale up not necessarily in one location, but the same niche in different locations. Our buyers from this location already has orders if we build in other locations because they already saw what we were able to build. Decision-making abilities is very fast. I want this changed. It changed, even if, for example, the deck was done already. No, this one's going to be hard to maintain. Change it to tiles. Okay, done. It doesn't have to go through the whole process. It's faster. And then leverage your strengths to offer a unique value proposition to compete effectively with the larger players. Success for small developers hinges on the building robust brand. Your brand is not your logo. Your brand is not your logo. Your brand should be something that people think about when they think about your name. What do you do and how do you do things? That is your brand. Not the design, not just the design. There's always something related to that design, that logo. It is your brand. So, foster trust and consistently deliver exceptional value to your clients. Next is, you highlight your strength and distinctiveness. See, your chosen market. Do not attempt to sell to everyone. Choose your market. Because your strategies can be defined or can be designed directed towards that specific market. If you want to go to the low cost or to the affordable market, it's a different strategy. You want to go to the luxury market, it's a different strategy, different language, different colors, different designs. Focus on your target market. So, that project, we started with a cluster of 7. After 6 months, we got, or maybe we just got lucky when we sold it in 20 days. We got another property and sold it for another, less than a month. Then, got lucky again, we acquired another one, sold it again for less than 2 months. So now, next week, we're launching 73 units. So we're now scaling. Plus, but it's still the same DNA, which means we have private amenities, but nicer, different options now. We have the same thing, a lot of space, a lot of light, best designs. So with that, I hope I was able to share with you some tips, especially for those who would like to go into